What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl Team.stacie, and I'm back with another YouTube video. And if you're new to my channel, hello. And if you're a returning subscriber, what's up?
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year only.
All right, girl, don't beat me up, don't beat me up. I know I've been gone for a little minute, okay? I know I've been gone. I know I went a little ghost, but there is definitely a reason. And in today's video, I wanted to give you guys a life update and let you guys know all the tea as to why your girl went MIA. I'm talking the drama, the juicy details, the dreams, the premonitions, everything, girl. Okay? Also, stay tuned all the way to the end of today's video. I'm gonna give you guys 5 important tips that every person needs to know. These 5 tips to push through life in general, my girl, okay? Life be lifing sometimes, and I had to learn the hard way, so I'm gonna tell you guys the tea. So make sure you guys watch all the way through today's video. And without further ado, let's just get into it, girl. Let's get into the juicy topics. I'm putting on a wig right now, so like I have the excess lace flipped up, so my hair looks kind of crazy, and it's like pushing my forehead down, so we can't do eyebrows right now. Today's video, I'm gonna be doing my makeup. I'm not sure what kind of look I want to go for today, but just know that I'm not gonna be showing you guys like every product in detail because this is a chit chat kind of video. I am going to be using a couple of different products, like my setting powder, so I'll show you guys now. I'm going to be using the One Size setting powder in translucent elf camo concealer, but the mattifying one, you guys know I love the hydrating. I'm going to be using that. So that's pretty much like the main things that I wanted to like show you guys that's going to be new, but for the most part all my tutorials are pretty much using the same products. First things first, I just want to let you guys know, if you guys ever feel like you're falling off and you're just, you know, not being an it girl, not being the highest version of yourself, it's okay. And I say that to you, and I'm also saying that to myself as well, because I know that I just kind of beat myself up when I feel like I'm not just waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, going to the gym, handling all my freaking to-do list before 1 p.m. So like when I'm just not living that TikTok worthy life or that YouTube worthy life or that Instagram worthy life, I start to feel bad about myself, and it really starts this downward spiral. So what ends up happening is I have this like amazing routine and I'm just doing so good in life, and then sometimes the routine might just be a little bit intense, or just life starts happening and I start getting burned out. So what I noticed with what was going on with me at first is the first area I was getting burned out in was personal, like fitness kind of thing. When it came to like going to the gym and stuff like that, I just kind of wasn't going to the gym anymore, and I was just literally just eating what I wanted to eat, when at one point I was very healthy, salads and, you know, not too much of this, not eating late. And then after like not going to the gym and things of that nature, then if you guys don't know, I do multiple things. So not only am I a YouTuber, I'm also very present on TikTok. I'm also a makeup artist in my city, okay? And then I have my personal life. I really was not like promoting my business as in my makeup artistry, like getting clients and stuff like that, and I just kind of like stopped posting on the page, and that was like the first sign that I knew like, okay, a burnout is coming, like she's tired. It kind of traveled to my TikTok. I was doing really good on TikTok. I ended up going viral on TikTok and just gaining like a big community, so I started not posting as much on that platform, and then it trickled down to YouTube, and then all of a sudden your girl just falls off, and that is just never a fun feeling. It's just never fun to fall off like that, because all your work like kind of feels like it's going to nothing anymore. With that burnout that was happening, I started to feel very guilty, and it wasn't a good cycle, because it was like I was burnt out, so I really didn't feel like recording or doing anything, but then I'm also feeling guilt because I'm not doing it, so I'm just literally laying in bed not trying to like, oh, I don't even want to see my laptop, like I'm just guilty that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Borderline depression starts setting in, because when I am not doing anything and I don't feel motivated in life anymore, I just kind of lay in bed, and then all my problems start stacking up and I just don't want to face it. And then that's when everything gets messy. My shop gets messy, my room gets messy, my car gets messy, I get messy, my mind is messy. And these are the two things that I start to do that you would know, okay, she's going through one of those moments. So I start overspending and I start overeating. Now I'm overspending, not really running it up how I usually do. So now we're hitting another problem. I'm stressed out and I'm burned out from work. I'm stressed because I'm burned out and I know I need to provide content and I didn't prepare for this burnout. So now what's happening is I'm literally not reaching my goals anymore. I have financial goals, I have fitness goals, I have so many goals that I set for myself, and because of this burnout, now I'm not reaching my goals. So that's a whole nother feeling of, you know, defeat and guilt and whatever. So girl, when I say in every freaking avenue, your girl was just stressed out, and I was just like really beating myself up. And that's why I wanted to start off the video and just say like, it's okay, like, because I wasn't making it any better for myself. But like, I wasn't understanding in that moment that I'm the one that feels this stress. I'm the one that's going through these problems right now, and then on top of it, I'm bullying myself about it. And I'm like, oh, you're lazy, look at this, look at that, look at your count, look at your account, look at your room, look at this. Like, I'm beating myself up. Like, what a bully, you know? And I felt like if I was a little bit nicer to myself and more understanding that this happens and you just pushed yourself, rightfully so, but a little bit too hard, and that's why you're burning out. I didn't look at it like that. In the moment, I was just stressed out. That was it, you know? I got presented with this opportunity to go on a trip, and most of the trip was going to be paid for. I would just have to purchase my flight and probably have like a little bit of spending money for bull crap, but for the most part, I wasn't going to be chipping in for like black trucks or the B&B, anything. I was literally going to be paying for myself for like little things. So for me personally, as a business owner, last minute trips like that, it don't work, because I have clients, they book me in advance, and I have stuff that I have to do. So I was really like feeling like I don't think I'm gonna go on this trip. But then another part of me was like, just do it. Like, just like, you're already stressed out, you need a break, like take the trip, like just go on the trip and figure everything out later. So last minute I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna go on the trip, right? So I ended up booking my flight, and I kid you not, I was having so many signs. I'm talking intuition, baby. I was having so many signs that I should not have went on this trip. I had dreams of weird things that were like, don't go on this trip. I started to watch shows on Netflix, and literally on Netflix, the shows would literally like say something about like a tragedy or an accident, and I'm like, my flight's already booked. I can't get my money back. I'm gonna go on that trip. But like, I started to see so many things, and it was like a lot, and I was just like, damn, like, I don't know if I'm supposed to go on this trip. But I just kept like just not taking the signs for what it was. Okay, I told you guys I was using new stuff. Another new thing I'm gonna use is the Juvia's Place Cream Bronzer. I'm gonna use shade Caramel for me today. So yeah, I literally told myself if I was not supposed to go on this trip, God would not let anything happen to me. If I'm not supposed to be on this trip, my flight would get canceled. There would be some reason why I cannot get on this plane. Like, then we're on our way to the airport around, I want to say like late 6, like 6:50 kind of things. So we get to the airport around like 7:19. Boarding was at 7:15. We literally get to the airport, and they were like, oh, you can't board, you missed your flight. And I'm like, I have never missed a flight in my life. So if y'all remember what I told y'all, I literally said, God, I trust in God. So if I'm not supposed to get on this plane, I'm not gonna get on this plane, right? He gonna make a way for me not to get on this plane. I'm not supposed to get on this plane. I missed my flight. So I'm just kind of like standing in the line to rebook my flight, and I'm just like, 1,000 things is going through my head, and I'm like, oh my God, why am I rebooking this flight? I literally said, if I'm not supposed to get on this flight, you're gonna make something drastic happen for me not to get on this flight, and then something drastic like that happens for me not to get on the flight, and I'm still rebooking my flight. So girl, I rebooked the flight. Girl, we had to kill 7 hours at the airport, right? So we killed 7 hours at the airport. Thankfully, obviously I'm here to do the video. I'm on the flight. Everything was fine. Everything went smoothly. We actually had really decent seats. I'm still in the back of my head thinking about all these things that has transpired. But for the most part, I'm like, all right, cool. We're still going on this trip. It's fine. We end up getting there. The trip was very nice. The first night went very well. Everything was pretty cool. Nothing was like off, and I was still kind of like eyeballing it, like what's going on. But part of me knew nothing bad was gonna happen. I just felt like I was gonna have like some type of like awakening about something, like I was gonna learn something, which I did. On the trip, I think we're on like day 2, maybe day 3 of the trip, presented with some information. There was this guy on the trip, and we didn't talk, but he like talked, you know. On the trip, I was not paying him no mind. He wasn't really my type. He didn't really have anything that I didn't want to deal with the guy too much. Like, it was a lot of aspects about him that I was just like, yeah, that's not my type. He's not the one for me. Like, so it was like a week of texting, and then we just stopped. But he knew someone, the birthday person that was on the trip, so he was there. It was no bad blood. We were still very like cordial on the trip. Everything was straight. And information gets presented to me. Long story short, this man is basically saying, he was talking to this guy, and he was telling the guy like, oh yeah, me and Stacie talked. And the guy was like, oh well, okay, cool, whatever. And the guy that I was talking to basically told this man, yeah, but I'm here to use her. Like, I'm just trying to use this girl. Like, I just want to use her for what she got, and I'm gonna leave her. Okay. First things first, when I was told that information, I said, okay, first, I felt like that girl. Because you know you was doing something right when a grown man is plotting to use you, okay? You know you got your stuff together if a man is plotting to use you, okay? So that's the first feeling I felt. And after that feeling went by, I kind of more thought of like, it kind of hurt my feelings, because thankfully I wasn't like head over heels over this person, or like, oh my god, I like this guy, or anything like that. But I started to think, what if I did? What if I did? So it kind of like made me kind of not trust people. Like, it made me start thinking like, dang, like when you invite somebody around you and you're just like proud to show them like all your accomplishments and just talk about little things, and not in a boastful way, just in a normal conversational way, you're thinking they're looking at it like, okay, that's dope. But in reality, they're thinking about how they're going to use you. But like, that was with that whole like dreams and all this craziness, I feel like it was that awareness, because it really made me self-reflect about what I do, how I do it, who the company I keep, who am I. Like, I feel like I'm elevating so much in life, but I keep dealing with people that are not, and that's what's gonna cause this dysfunction, really, right? I was just really evaluating a lot about myself on that trip. You know, if they're not on the same level as me, higher than me, making me want to better myself, like things like that, you should not keep this person around you. You just shouldn't. So then after that trip, I came back on a Monday. Tuesday morning, client. Wednesdays, clients. Thursday, client. Friday, clients. Saturday, clients. Like, God said, we putting you back in motion, girl. I ain't never lose my motion with my clients, but baby, it was like my clients was like, oh, you was gone? I miss you. Let me show you how much I missed you. They was booking like there was no tomorrow. So from my trip, I never really got like that rest, because obviously on the trip we're just partying, drinking, late nights and all that type of stuff. So then the following week after the trip, if you guys don't know, he's been featured on my channel a couple of times, but I have a little brother, and my little brother actually went to the military. I mean, honestly, living with somebody your whole life, growing up with somebody, and then like they leave for something like that, for boot camp, it's kind of like, you know, it's gonna weigh on you a little bit. If anybody's keeping score of what I'm saying, I'm burnt out with work, I'm stressed out because I feel like I'm eating crazy unhealthy, so you don't even feel good when you're eating unhealthy. Then somebody that I talked to for a half a second, but thankfully I wasn't all the way in, was literally plotting on using me, and it just made me rethink the company that I keep. Then my little brother's leaving me, and he's going to boot camp because he's going to the military. So it was just, I was getting smacked. Life was whooping my motherfucking ass. And I'm sleepy at this point too. I'm tired mentally, and I'm tired physically, because I'm really tired because I never recuperated from my trip. So it is literally all of that going on. So if you don't understand why I didn't press play on that camera, that's why, girl. I didn't want to give you guys nothing that wasn't full energy, okay? The day comes, we're shipping my brother off. We're going to the recruiter's office, and tense moment. Our family's there, emotional, everything like that. But it was just like, okay, cool. So then after that, I'm like, oh guys, we should all like go grab food. Let's go out to eat. Let's just talk about my brother. Like while we're out to eat, my mom and my sister. So we go to this like restaurant. Y'all, I just can't make this up. This is my life. So food comes or whatever. I'm eating salmon, busting. I'm eating mac and cheese. It's good. Eating mashed potatoes. It's good. Not even 5 minutes into my meal, I take my fork, I dip it in the mash, put the fork in my mouth. Why when I swallow, I felt something go down my throat. I'm grabbing my throat like this, like, what was that? Nobody really chews mashed potatoes unless it's a chunky mash. It's mashed potatoes. It goes in your mouth, move it around a little bit, and you swallow it. That's what I did, but I guess I didn't catch something. I don't know if it was a piece of potato. I don't know if it was a foreign object, but it was something in that mashed potato. This is the same day I'm dropping my brother off to leave me for the military. I swallow something and I go like this, and my sister's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I feel something stuck in my throat, and I'm like, yeah, I think I swallowed something, like something, like, you know. And then nobody really thought anything of it. They were like, oh, okay. So in the restaurant, I was trying to drink a lot of water, and I was trying to like eat on top of it to see if it would like kind of push whatever I swallowed down, but it didn't. So I was like, okay. So then we get to the car, pack up our food, everything. We get to the car. I'm in the car and I'm like coughing really bad, trying to get it out. So now I'm like, I'm trying to push it down. It wasn't going down. So I'm like, maybe if I can cough it up or something like that, it will come out. I feel like it was dancing in my throat, but it never like came out. So I was like, okay, this is weird. So I'm feeling really a lot of discomfort, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna take a nap. And by the time I take a nap, it should pass. Like I should be straight when I wake up. I go home, I take a nap, and I wake up and my throat literally is so sore. Like I was so confused because it wasn't even just the area where I still felt like the food was. It was like my whole throat at this point. I really didn't want to go to the hospital because I'm like, it's not that serious, but it was very uncomfortable. And I was just like, okay, let me listen to my mom. I get to the hospital around 9. I didn't get a room until about 11. Finally get a room. Doctor comes in. He's like, what's going on? I tell him, hey, I was eating mashed potatoes. He was like, mashed potatoes? How do you get something stuck in your throat from mashed potatoes? I was like, I don't know if it was a foreign object. He was like, okay, we're gonna order you an x-ray, and then we're gonna make you drink something, and it's gonna be able to like kind of take it out. It's 11. 12 o'clock passes. Doctor is nowhere to be found. Okay. Midnight is here. Doctor is nowhere to be. Nobody's telling about him after this. Like, saw doctor one time, then he disappeared. Midnight is here. I'm falling asleep. Now it's 1:30. I wake up and I'm like, where's the nurse? Like, where's paperwork? Sign me out. I cannot do this right now. Like, I end up getting home and I'm just like, urgent care opens up in the morning. I'll go to urgent care in the morning. I'm gonna go to sleep. Thankfully, I woke up and the object must have moved in the night because I didn't feel it in my throat anymore. But it was just a long night prior. Like, I didn't go to sleep until like 3 in the morning. So very, very, very long. That's my life update. It was my life was getting crazy. It was a lot going on. Once I like kind of recapped everything that just happened in a span of 30 days, and not even 30 days, that was literally all of that was really like the burnout started from the beginning of the month, and the stuff like with the trip and then my brother leaving and then the hospital and then the guy doing this and all that type of stuff, that happened within like a week and a half of a span. So first I was like beating myself up, and then I kind of thought about it and it made sense. It was like, you know what, I kind of see why you would burn out and why you would be stressed. And I actually, like, I don't know, I forgave myself a little bit. So hopefully you guys understand what has been going on with me and why I have just been so freaking MIA, and know that I'm not MIA because of foolishness or anything like that. And honestly, to be real with you guys, like, any content creator that kind of goes missing, obviously, like, you're subscribed or you're following them because you love their content and, you know, they might inspire you or whatever the case may be. But even if the person has no reason to go MIA, that is a reason in itself. At the end of the day, like, we all are human, and sometimes we just need a break. Okay guys, so as you see, lashes, eyes, and we dust off the face. I'm gonna go ahead and put on a lip plumper. So this lip plumper is from Team.stacie Cosmetics. Shout out to my homegirl. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on just so I can have some really juicy lips. So I did go ahead and finish my hair off camera. I probably look so much better. But if you guys want to see how I install my wigs, you guys can definitely go and check that video out. It'll be on my channel. But let's go ahead and do our lips. Let's do our lippy lips. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Juvia's Place Luxe liner, and this is in shade Brownie. But that was pretty much what happened to me this month. But I'm back, okay? I'm back, and I'm gonna definitely get back on my Shiz Naive. Like, I don't need to be falling off. Next up, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Team.stacie Cosmetics liquid lipstick. Don't kill me, girl. I know a lot of you guys were like, where is it? It's coming, it's in the works. A lot of things backhand that I have to work on. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade Nude, which is my favorite. It's like literally a universal shade. Before I close today's video, I do want to give you guys 5 tips. I want to give you guys 5 tips just to help get back on track. We all go through it. We all go through life, and sometimes, you know, we're just not at our peak and life just starts lifing. And so I just want to give you guys the 5 things that I kind of did that helped me get out of it. Number 1 is prayer. I'm not going to force any religion down anybody's throat, but if you pray to a higher power, your God, doesn't matter. I just feel like connecting to source, and that's why people call it source. Connecting to source is like a way to like kind of recharge and regenerate yourself, and just giving your problems to God. And that's what I did. Step 2, get organized. When I was still in my muck and I just couldn't put myself out, it was because everything was just out of order, and it would just frustrate me. So even though you're going through your problems and you're going through those motions, really just try to take a moment, pause, sit down, and try to just fix whatever's going on. Number 3, this is the hardest one, but push through. You're praying, you're trying to get your environment and everything back on task with the to-do list or whatever it might be. But after you're doing all of that, you want to, now it's willpower. Now you have to just push through whatever you're going through, whatever's holding you back. You have to rebuke it, you have to pray against it, and you just have to push through it. So you keep procrastinating on studying. Let's say you're like, all right, fine, I'm only gonna study for 10 minutes. Study for 10 minutes. When that timer goes off, 5 times out of 10, you're gonna be like, I can go for another 5 minutes. I can go for another 10 minutes. Sometimes that's all you have. All you have is the 10 minutes that day. But once you push through and you're just trying, a lot of times it's gonna click and you're gonna start getting that ball back rolling and getting back into your old self again. Number 4 is your schedule. But pay attention to a lot of things in life. School, you're on schedule. You have to go to school at this time, this period's at this time, this period's at that time, this time, and this is dismissal time. Everything is on a schedule, and that's what just kind of keeps you going. You have to put yourself on a schedule. Stop waking up when you feel like it. Stop going to sleep when you feel like it. Stop just saying, I'm gonna go to gym at 3 today, and then tomorrow I go at 1, and tomorrow. You need to have a schedule. You need to know, I need to come into my shop at a certain time. That is when I open up shop, and I need to close up shop at a certain time. I don't need to be here too early, too late, nothing. Be on schedule. Next up, self-accountability. If it's not benefiting you and it's unhealthy for you, you have to take accountability and you have to move past it. If you're hanging around people that bring you down, that make you feel moody, they're just not good for your mental health, you can either blame that person or take accountability that you're choosing to hang out with that person and they're not helping you get to your higher self or your better self. You know, some people are naturally miserable. So if you're hanging out with a miserable person, with other miserable people, and you're trying to get out of this muck that you're in, it's just not helping you. So you have to take that accountability and say, I'm choosing to hang out with these people, and I need to take accountability for myself and say, no, not no more, girl. And I want to give you guys like a little bonus tip too. So this is going to be number 6. Definitely watch videos like this. Listen to self-help podcasts. Haley Gamba, I can't, if I'm saying her name wrong, I'm sorry, I probably put it on the screen. But like people like Haley Gamba, Bella Bars, those are like the women that I like to watch whenever I'm feeling bad, and they kind of pick me back up. But then motivational speakers in general, like E.T., Eric Thomas, Steve Harvey, these people, there's so many. I listen to a lot of them, but there's so many people, podcasts, and just things and audio things to listen to that's going to help pull you out. Everyone goes through what we're going through. Everyone goes through going through the mucks. Everyone goes through burnout. Everyone goes through it. But when you're listening to other people and they're kind of telling you words to help get you out of it, that just makes the world of a difference. So I love you guys so freaking much. If you made it this far in this long video, go ahead and comment down below this emoji right here. That is a secret emoji, and that's how I know that you guys are just locked in with me and we're just both here, okay? I love you guys so much once again. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, always taking time to comment, following me on my social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram. All of those things do not go unnoticed. Every time I see one of my supporters, I just get so happy and I'm just so grateful. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys love this look too. This look is like, it's a Team Stacie approved kind of look, okay? But I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.